Hello and welcome to our continuing coverage of the action for the CBHA National Championships. This is the men's A division. Currently, we have a matchup between the Manitoba Selects and the Edmonton Savages. Now, looking at my little handy-dandy little score sheet here, the Edmonton Savages have won 2 out of their 5 games and tied 1, whereas the Manitoba Selects have won 3 and tied 2. So Manitoba is the favorite to win this game, but we've seen a couple underdog stories come to fruition here today. Most notably, the first one, which was our first female game of the game of the day, where the underdog came out for a 1-0 shutout. The Manitoba Selects in the yellow and the Savages in the white. In goal for the Selects is number 1, Max Desjardins. And on the other side for the Savages is Dave Yarum. Oh, an early goal for the Savages! Savages have a lot of support here in Minoru Arena as the crowd erupts, their bench erupts. I didn't quite see who scored that one, but based on this celebration, I'm going to assume that it was number 44, who does Percy Moe. Savages win this face-off after their goal, but the Selects take it away. Now, I think in virtually every game we've seen today, the first team to score has gone on to win. Ball is gloved down and the refs blow the whistle. Lining up to take the face-off is Zach MacArthur for the Selects. And he will face off against... Second goal comes off the stick of number 19 for the Savages, Dampy Brar. Savages off to an early dominant lead, scoring 2 goals in less than a minute into this first period. As I mentioned, the Selects were the favorite to win, winning 3 of their 5 games and tying the other 2. But the Savages looked very dominant early in this game, scoring twice off of 3 shots. Shots 3-0 in favor of the Savages. Ball off the stick of Shaq Moresti, who gets it in for the Selects. Moresti shoots it in. That's their first shot of the game, off the pad. Moresti stays with it behind the goal. Savage is trying to force him off the ball, but he's able to come away with it behind the net. Onto the stick of Tyler Moore now. Moore sends it all the way back to Sean Christensen. Moore comes in with it now. He takes a slash, and there will be a power play upcoming for the Selects. Selects get their 6th man on the ice. Setting up some passing play, trying to maximize their time with the man advantage, and that one is off a stick and wide. Ball goes off down deep to Shaq Moresti. Moresti bounces off the boards, gets it onto the stick of Dylan Kelly, sorry. Ball goes wide on that shot. Ref's arm must be getting tired as the Savages now just touch up. And the penalty will be handed down to them now. slashing call against number 21, Sean Miskew. And after dropping 2 goals early, the Selects will definitely want to take advantage of every second of this power play. Moresti gets the ball back to number 39, Mike Monet. Now on the stick of Kevin Marchuk. Marchuk looks ahead, gets it across to Gingera. Gingera back to Marchuk, to Gingera, who shoots, and I believe that was off the heel of the Savage goaltender. Running in now the Selects as they are able to hold the line. They send it back to Marchuk. Marchuk dishes off onto the stick of Gingera. Gingera to Moresti. Ball loose out in front. And they score on the power play. A backhand shot by Derek Gingera. They've cut the lead in half on the power play. Just 48 seconds into this power play. I'm sorry, 38 seconds in. Shots on goal, 3-2 now. Goals 2-1. Both of those favor the Savages, but after that power play goal, you can believe the Selects are going to be feeling the momentum. Tyler Moore to take the face-off for the Selects. He lines up against Lee Jubenville. Moore wins the ball back. Selects come away with it. Selects send it up onto the stick of Danik Levesque. Levesque shoots it in deep, hoping that his buddy Tyler Moore can pick it up. Selects make a line change. Savages behind their own net with it, looking ahead. Sent up ahead, and that one will go for icing. Face-off will come back inside the Savages' defensive zone. Ball dropped. Selects win that face-off. They get it in on goal, but that is quickly covered up by Dave Yarum. Ball dropped. They're able to hold. The Selects are able to hold the line. Big shot by number 19. I believe that's off the side of the net, as it is collected by Remy Laurencel. Laurencel tied up in the corner. Selects able to come away with it on the stick of number 19, Dylan Kelly. Laurencel with it again. He looks across. It looks like he's going to, yes, he does. He passes over to Dustin Pearson. Pearson shoots it in. The Savages lose control of it, so Pearson picks it up again. Sends it back to Selects. Get it out in front. Trying to get a shot away. The Savages with a breakaway. And they miss the net on that one. Excellent opportunity there. Gone when he misses the net. Savages try and get, and that's swallowed up in the equipment of Max Desjardins. Paul Costas lines up to take. Ball is down, and the Selects come away with it. Selects are unable to exit their zone just yet, as the Savages look to try and take control away from them. And they do. On the stick now of Jace Weslowski. Ball sent around onto the stick of Dylan Pasco. Shot in. That one goes wide. The Selects are able to clear the zone now. The Selects make a change after they clear the zone. Ball shot up. Savages looking ahead with it. Jeff Brown sends it around, but it's going to get picked up behind the net by Sean Christensen. Big shot in. That one is loose behind the net, and the net just barely comes off, and play is blown dead. Shots 4-3 in favor of the Savages, who lead this game 2-1. Ball dropped. Selects take it behind their own net. The Savages get it back in their own zone. They get it up to the blue line. They're not quite out of the woods yet. Now they are as they cross the red line, get it in deep. Played by the Selects goaltender who fans on it. Savages send it up to the blue line, looking for a passing lane. Tries to get it up the centering pass. Selects player taken down in the corner. Ball sent harmlessly to the near side. Ball sent up high in the air and plucked down by the Savages. Savages try and get it in, but it's onto the stick of Costas, who looks across. Trying for a centering pass. Ball loose. They couldn't quite get the shot on goal that they were looking for, and that one will go down for icing against the Savages. Tyler Moore takes the face-off, and he wins it for the Selects. Onto the stick of Danik Levesque. Levesque gets it out in front, but the Savages take it away. Savages moving up the ice now, and they get it around to number 10 of the Savages, Lee Jubinville. Behind the net, the Selects try and pick it up, and they're able to get it ahead to Tyler Moore. Moore able to enter the zone on his stick. He tries to get it across onto the stick of Derek Whitehill, but it goes just wide. Ball taken around the back on the stick of Lee Jubinville. Jubinville flips it up into the opposing zone. Savages moving around with it, looking at the net, take a shot, but it doesn't get on goal. Off the heel of one of the Selects, back into Savage control. Ball covered up by Max Desjardins. Remy Lawrencell to take the face-off for the Selects. Face-off is blown dead, and then we will have another one in the same spot, redone. Lawrencell facing off against Tony Brar. Lawrencell wins that one behind his own net. And then the goalie reaches back and gloves that one down to freeze it. 12:38 left to go in the first. Ball dropped. It looked like the Savages won that, but now the ball is being forced up ahead. Now it's onto the stick of number 16, Jarek Ginchera, but he gets turned around behind his own net. Ball goes high up in the air, but not quite high enough for the play to be blown dead, and it looks like the Selects are going to be able to enter the zone. They've got the makings of an odd man rush, but they stop up after entering, sending it around hopefully to be picked off, but that's off of Sanjin, and the Savages take it away. Back in their own zone is picked up by Dylan Pasco. Pasco stops behind his own net with it and sends it up to Derek Ginchera. Ginchera sends it up ahead to Lawrencell. Lawrencell able to get in. Unable to hold on to it long, though, as it's sent back down. Savages have an odd man rush now. The pass is cut off by the Selects. And moving up is Dylan Kelly, who gets a shot in, but that one's off the blocker and wide. Savages moving up the ice now, and they ice it. Face-off will come back inside their zone, next to their goaltender. Namyuk to take the face-off for the Selects. He wins it back, but it looks like it's going to go to the side, and the Savages pick up. Off the stick of the goaltender. Out in front, and the Savages are able to bang it home off the stick of Clem Arsenault. Ball goes perfectly to him. Arsenault is parked at the side of the net. As soon as it comes his way, he slams it home. 3-1 Savages. I believe the Selects have called their timeout, and they are changing their goalie. Max Desjardins is very upset about this, knocking over the sticks his team has set up. And coming into goal now is number 60, Pat Ross. Face-off done. The Selects come away with it, and they try and shoot it in, but that one's off the stick and into the webbing. Face-off will come to the right of Dave Yarum. Ball dropped. Savage is able to come away with it, sending it around the boards onto the stick of number 11, Glenn Macklem. Macklem fighting for it in the corner. Select's able to come away with it. Out in front. The Selects take a shot, but that's off a body out in front and goes harmlessly behind the net. Now onto the stick of Marchuk. Marchuk trying to get to center ice with it. Pass it off. Slap shot. That one's behind the net. Picked up now by the Savages. Savages trying to whip it around the board, but they aren't able to clear the zone just yet. Select's able to pick it up in the corner. Out in front. Selects take a shot, but it's blocked away. And then the Selects get it, shoot it all the way down, and that'll go for icing. Ball is dropped. The Savages come away with it, sending it around their backboards to try and get it away from the Selects. They take control, passing the blue line, but the Selects are right there to turn it around back into Savage territory. Running in to try and pick it up for the Selects is Sam Briscoe. Briscoe loses sight of it as Savages start moving it up further and faster. Savages pass the red line and enter Select territory. Shot on goal, and that hops over the net. That was a close one. First shot of the night for Pat Ross stopped. They sent it all the way down. No icing on that one. Into the corner is Paul Costas. Costas tries to turn it around. He's able to do it. He gets it onto the stick of Sam Briscoe. Sends it all the way down. No icing on the other end now as it's chased by Tyler Moore. Tyler Moore has to now do the chasing as the Savages get ahead. Now the Selects take it away. Selects moving up the ice off the stick of Maristy. Maristy fighting to pick it up, but the Savages get it up ahead. Savage bounces it off the board and ice it. Tyler Moore lining up to take the face-off against Sonny Brar. Moore wins the face-off. Shot on goal. Easy save there for Yarham. Savages almost able to get another easy goal there. And as they try and clear it, the Selects shoot it up into the webbing, but it's off a Savage stick and the face-off will come outside. Ball dropped. Flung high and wide, and now Sean Maristy looks to try and pick it up for his team. Selects almost had a great entering opportunity, but they are turned around, forced into their own zone, have to rely on their players to pick it up. Sean Christensen tries to get it around for them. Christensen gloves it down, but it's picked up by the Savages. Savages batting it around. In the near side corner now. Select's able to get it out and around, but it's then picked up by Gallimore. Gallimore sends it around, and now it's picked up by Maristy. Maristy backhands it out to center, but it doesn't get past the red line. Now it does. On the stick of Christensen. Christensen able to enter the zone. They try and slap it on, but they did not count on Scott Holben being there to turn it around. Both teams changing, but the Savages definitely have more players in the zone right now. Big slap shot on. Now onto the stick of Dylan Kelly. Kelly running up the ice. Glove down by the Savages. Odd man rush. Big shot just wide. That one picked up by the Selects. On the stick of number 13, Remy Lawrencell, who carries it into the zone. Gets it across. Big shot by the Selects. Turned around, almost to the red line, but not out. Lawrencell able to hold on for his team. Set up and around. Derek Gingera will have to hold it for the Selects now. Battle for it along the boards. Turn back around, and the Savages pick it up behind their own net on the stick of Poe. Moved out now. On the stick of Pearson. Pearson taken down. Savages alone out in front. They look for this easy passing play. Ball gets knocked loose behind the net. And that is a high stick of the ball. Play is blown down. And the captain, Kevin Marchuk, looks to be headed to the box for a high stick against the Selects. Tyler Moore to take the face-off for the Selects. The Selects are able to bat it all the way down. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left in this opening period. Shots are 8-5 in favor of the Savages, who lead this game by a score of 3-1. Minute 44 left in the penalty against the captain. That one is cleared all the way down by the Selects. The Selects will start a change now. Savages able to enter the zone off a dump and chase. Attempted to be sent out by the Selects, but the Savages hold on. Savages passing back and forth between Arsenault and Anderson. Anderson dishes off into the corner for Gallimore. Gallimore sends it behind the net onto the stick of Brar. Brar back up to Gallimore. Gallimore takes a shot on, and they score on the power play. 4-1 Savages. The Savages fans are out here in full force cheering loudly for their boys from Edmonton. Edmonton definitely a shorter drive than Manitoba, so that explains why the Savage fans are out in full force here so vigorously. Ball sent in. It looked like an amazing opportunity was about to expose itself to Tyrell Spitzer, but the glove is hammered down on that ball by Dave Yarum. Face-off coming to his left now. Ball sent all the way down. Picked up by Shane Gingera. Gingera stops with it behind his own net. Sends it up ahead onto the stick of Derek Gingera. Moved back in by the Savages, who look very fast and very hungry in this game. Picked up out in front by Spitzer. Ball went out into the Selects bench, and play is blown dead. Namyuk to take the face-off against Scott Holben. Namyuk wins it for the Selects, and he sends it up to Dustin Kelly, who gets it in. Now Namyuk will chase it. He tries to get it out front. What an amazing tip-on that was saved by Dave Yarum. Ball sent out by the Savages. Carried in on the stick of number 15, Jeff Brown. The Selects able to get the ball down, chasing it up into the enemy zone now. But the Savages are able to turn it around right away, once again on the stick of Jeff Brown. Brown gets it in. His team will start a change, but the Selects are able to turn it around, try and catch him on the change, but they can't quite do it. They can't quite get the handle they need on that ball. Kevin Marchuk sends it back. They send it ahead. It's sent in off the stick of Dustin Kelly, but he is in the middle of changing. Savages in their own zone with it now. Couple Selects are forechecking, but now the Selects will need to back check to stop this oncoming rush started by Thomas Schulba. Schulba still trying to get control of the ball, but the Selects take it away from him. Now it's onto the stick of number 96, or 90, Paul Costas. Costas able to get it in for his team. Selects setting up. They get it over to number 20, Tyler Moore. Big shot by Maristy, blocked. Rung around by the Selects. In the corner for Tyler Moore to pick up. Moore shoots it in, and the play is blown dead. Penalty called against the Savages. Percy Moe, the first goal scorer, I believe, for the Savages, sits down for 2 minutes. Timeout called by the Selects. They want to take advantage of this power play to cut the lead down to 2. Dylan Kelly to take the face-off for the Selects to start this power play. Hard to say who's going to win this face-off, but it looks like the Savages come away with it. They're going to try and get something going short-handed rather than just clearing it down. Move back up, and if they can't get back fast enough, they're going to be extra short-handed. But now they have all 4 players back. Selects looking ahead, wanting to get set rather than get in fast. They flip it into the corner, and they will hope that it can be picked up by Dylan Kelly. Kelly goes down in the corner, and the Savages are able to clear it all the way down, and it's going to be played by Pat Ross. Pat Ross shoots it up. Now it's on the stick of Kevin Marchuk. Marchuk looking ahead, passes in, fires, and that's off a Savage stick and ruled out by the refs. Ball is dropped. Savages are on the defense. Oh, excellent backhand there. Doesn't get in, but the Selects still have control of it. Loose out in front, kicked away by the goalie, and then the Savages flip it all the way down to the other end. Ball sent in. The Selects are able to enter the zone, and it's on the stick of Kevin Marchuk, who looks ahead. Marchuk. Back to Marchuk. Slap shot. That one's off the backboards and harmlessly trickles out, and the Savages are able to clear the zone, but not all the way down. On the stick of Derek Gingera. They are able to get in. Gingera back to Marchuk. Marchuk slaps it over to Gingera. Gingera back to Marchuk. Back to Gingera, who slaps it in on goal, and that's just wide. Maristy tries to get in, and the ref blows the whistle. Ball dropped. Selects able to get control. It looks like their power play is about to end, just under 10 seconds left in it. Selects player taken down. Both refs have their arms raised. And it looks like just as their power play was about to end, the refs are handing down another penalty to the Savages. Glenn Macklem is heading to the tunnel. For the next 5 seconds, it seems like the Selects may have a 5-on-3. 5 seconds, maybe they'll be able to have an extra long power play. We'll see. 3, 2. They will not be able to score on the next 5 seconds, but they still have the power play advantage right now as their captain, Kevin Marchuk, looks up ahead. Pass it off. They're able to get it into the zone just long enough to get it back to number 89, Dustin Kelly. Kelly walks in with it. Looking around at his options. Pass it back to Marchuk. To Kelly. Shoots. That's loose in the air. Harmlessly to the side, but picked up by number 19, Dylan Kelly. Kelly back to Marchuk. Slap shot. And that one's off the backboards. Off a big slap shot by Dustin Kelly. Attempted shot on goal. That one's just wide. Savage is running in to try and take it away, but it's over to Dustin Kelly again. Dustin Kelly over to Marchuk. Marchuk off to bounces off the side of the net off a big shot by Derek Gingera. Battle in the far corner between Maristy. Out to Marchuk. Marchuk slaps it on goal. Ball's dropped. Marchuk passes it over to Dustin Kelly, who slaps it on goal, but that's just wide. Ball makes it back to Marchuk. Less than 10 seconds left in this period. Shots on goal numerous, but nothing gets through the goaltender, and that'll do it for the first 20. Rejoin us in just under 3 minutes to see how this game ends. Selects down 4-1 against the Edmonton Savages. In just under 30 seconds, we are going to rejoin the action here between the Manitoba Selects, who trail 4-1 to the Edmonton Savages, who had a very dominant first period. 23 seconds left in a power play awarded to the Savages toward the end of the last period. Shots on goal 11-10 in favor of the Selects, but they gave up 3 goals on the first 6 shots against them. Their backup goaltender, Pat Ross, has only faced a few shots, but he was put in pretty early on, much to the chagrin of Max Desjardins. Berkeley to take the face-off, but he loses it. Select's able to win the first face-off in this period. Select's able to enter the zone now. But then they're pushed out. Back to collect for the Selects is Dustin Kelly. Kelly moving up the ice now. At the red line, he slaps it in off the backboards. That one is covered up by Dave Yarum. Faceoff will come to his right. Ball dropped and the Savages win it, sending it around their own backboards. In the far side corner now. Kicked back in. Controlled by the Selects in the enemy territory. Tyrell Spitzer has it. Tyrell sends it back around, but it's picked up by the Savages, who send it down. And that one goes all the way for icing. Ball dropped, face-off won by the Selects. Sent back to the blue line. And then off the stick of Marchuk against the pads of the goaltender, and Christensen's shot did not get in the back of the net. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Just under a minute gone in this period. Face-off comes outside the Savages' defensive zone. Ball dropped. Savages pick it up. Holding it back in their zone, but the Selects are forechecking hard as Tyler Moore approaches the goalie's net. That ball goes up high into the boards, and the faceoff will come once again just outside of Savage defensive territory. Ball drops. Savages win another face-off. They have it back in their zone still, trying to take it behind their net. Savages have two players up ahead. They try and move it along. Selects. Able to turn the play around. Almost able to enter the zone. They are off the stick of number 19, Dylan Kelly. But then they are turned around quickly by the Savages, and it's picked up in their own zone by Paul Costas. Costas able to get it to the red line, but not out. Now it's out, but it's on the stick of another Savage, who sends it down past the red line, and the Savages are back in. They look across, looking for a centering pass. Shot is blocked and back out to the red line, but not out. Backhanded in deep. On the stick now of Paul Costas, who whips it around. And that is covered up by Pat Ross. Ball drop sent all the way back. The Selects enter the zone. A Savage is taken down, and they want to call, but they won't get one. Ball out in front of the net. Savages almost give up a goal there, but the shot is wide. Ball sent over to the Savages. Savages get it to the red line and out. Take a slap shot in. That's underneath the pad. Pat Ross, who takes the whistle. Teams talking it over. Tyler Moore lining up to take the face-off for the Selects against Scott Holben. Ball dropped, moved around. Selects almost able to exit their zone, but stopped at the blue line by the Savages. Savages send it in behind the Selects net, but the Selects are able to dig it out, but the Savages will be able to pick it up in the corner. Shot in on the goalie. The goalie pokes it ahead. Savages almost get an easy goal off a risky play by the goaltender there. Now it's out to the blue line, over the red line. The Selects able to get the ball, but they're taken down. Whistle blown. Faceoff will come just outside the defensive zone for the Savages. Ball dropped, and that's sent up and off the board, off the rafters, and the face-off will come now inside Savage defensive territory. Selects take a shot, but that's blocked away by the goalie. Selects get forced out, but there's a penalty now against the Savages. Faceoff will go back inside Savage territory. My mistake, the faceoff is coming inside the territory of the Selects. Penalty to number 16, Derek Gingera. Ball dropped, Selects win it back on this penalty kill. They send it all the way down for the clear. Just over 15 minutes left to go in this game in regulation. Ball taken ahead by the Savages, covered up by Pat Ross. Ball dropped on the ground, sent across. Savages take a shot. That's blocked out in front. Savages still with it. Back at the blue line on the stick of Arsenault. Arsenault has it again. Passes off over to Anderson. Back to Arsenault. And Anderson playing back and forth. Big shot off. Blocked in front by the Selects. That one came off the stick of Burke Gallimore, but he could not get it by the Selects player who was standing in front of their goaltender. Puck is cleared all the way down. Just a minute left in the power play. Ball sent in behind Ross, and he sends it out in front. Scrambles to get back into his crease as the Savages pick up. Start passing around. Now it's back onto the stick of Anderson. Big shot off the stick of Arsenault. Arsenault and Anderson playing back and forth again. Arsenault might try the same trick they went earlier and getting it over to Gallimore. No, they go to Anderson, who shoots it in. Select sends it up now at center ice. The Selects are able to take control shorthanded. Picking it up behind the net of the Savages. He's taken down. Dirty hit by the Savages there. And so he takes a cross-checking penalty. 4-on-4. They're calling it holding, but it looked like a cross-check from where I'm sitting. Face-off will come inside the Savages' defensive zone as we skate 4-on-4 for the next 13 seconds. Berkeley Landon to take the face-off. He wins it back to his goaltender. Sends it into the back corner. Moved up ahead. Send it to the back corner. As the power play as the 4-on-4 ends, now the Selects move on to the power play. A minute and a half to make something happen on the power play for them. Big slap shot in off Maristy's stick. It'll be picked up behind the net by the Savages as they send it around. It's ruled to have gone out off a stick. The Selects obviously wanted a delay of game penalty there. They won't get one, and the faceoff comes outside. They're unhappy with that one. Dylan Kelly lines up against Scott Holman. Kelly wins it, sends it back. Now onto the stick of number 89, Dustin Kelly. Dustin Kelly able to enter the zone, so now the Savages have to move back to defend. The Selects passing back and forth. Big shot. That one's loose underneath the goalie. That one's in! The Selects have cut the lead down to 2 with a minute and 7 left on their power play. 13-14 left in the game. The score is now 4-2. After no one could see that ball, it was hammered away at by the Selects and into the net, I believe, by one of the Kellys. Momentum could be shifting here after that goal for the Selects. Savages send it in. That's blockered away by Pat Ross. Savages very aggressive right now, trying to get back the goal they just gave up. Maristy bounces off the boards, and it's glove down, sent across. Trying to get it to Dustin Kelly. He can't handle it. That would have been a great opportunity to cut this lead in half. Pat Ross plays it off to the corner. Goes around and is picked up by Pasco. Pasco shoots it across to Costas. Costas shoots it up to Dustin Kelly. Dustin Kelly stuck along the boards. The Savages take it. Try a shot on goal, but that's wide. Dustin Kelly going for it again. Dustin Kelly taking a beating whenever he tries to go for the ball. The net comes way, way, way off the moorings there. Outside of the crease even, as Costas starts pushing and shoving with one of the Savages. He's holding onto the jersey. Scott Holben and Shaq Maristy looked like they were about to get into it there. Floor needs to get wiped out, so the ref comes out with a towel ahead of this face-off. Ball dropped, face-off immediately blown off, will be redone to the left of Pat Ross. Ball dropped, the Selects were able to pick it up in front of their net. Carried up now by Dylan Kelly. Kelly in. Takes a shot on goal, and I believe that's off the goalie's pad. Ball still loose, goalie down. Selects unable to capitalize on that. Flipped all the way down by the Savages, who are almost able to pick it up, but then it gets turned around. Savages take a big shot. That one's off the backboards. Picked up now by the Selects, who send it out to center ice. Dylan Kelly with it. Moving in. Dylan Kelly fights off a check by knocking over the guy trying to check him. Savages playing a little dirty now as they interfere with Derek Gingera in front of the net, knocking him down. Grabbing the jerseys now at the other end is the Savages. Taken down by Namyuk. Ball held in by the Selects. Dustin Kelly with a big shot on goal. Ball held at the red line. Shot back in by the Selects. Selects have the ability to enter the zone now. Selects playing extremely aggressively, having 3 people into forecheck. Savages send it the other way now. Getting it across to 91. 91 can't get the shot off. Penalty called. Let's see, this might be a penalty shot. Let's see what the rule is. No, it'll just be a power play for hooking against number 89, Dustin Kelly. Selects discussing things as the refs clean up the rink a little bit. 10:49 left in regulation. 2 minutes on the clock for number 89, Dustin Kelly. The game is a 2-goal difference now, 4-2 in favor of the Savages. And this is not helping the Selects, who want to tie this up as soon as possible, because they have not lost a game yet this tournament. They have 2 ties, but no losses. Refs finish wiping up the floor now. Bring the towel back to the booth. Face-off underway. Won by the Savages and played back to the blue line. On the stick of number 77, Joel Anderson now. Him and Arsenault are playing it back and forth between each other. They've got Gallybrook on the side, and they send it over to him. Gallimore dishes off the side, back to Gallimore, over to Arsenault. And that is saved by Pat Ross, who holds on for the whistle. Ball is dropped, sent all the way down. Cleared by the Selects. Back onto the stick of Anderson now. Him and Arsenault passing back and forth. Anderson trying to enter on his own stick. Sends it in off Gallimore's stick. Gallimore running in. In the corner now. Savages turning with it. Sending it behind the net. Onto the stick of Arsenault. Over to Anderson. Back to Arsenault, who sends it across for Gallimore. Back to Arsenault. Arsenault. Over to Gallimore. Arsenault from Anderson. Passes it to the side of the net. Shoots it. Gallimore gets a handle on it, but not in time to shoot it at the open net. 43 seconds left to go in this power play. Takes a shot in. That one goes up and is blown down. Face-off coming to the left of Pat Ross. Selects moving up the ice, short-handed. 30 seconds left to go in their power play. They might just be killing time, but they might be trying to make something happen. Once again, Savage is playing pretty dirty there, knocking people over, grabbing people, holding people. It's not so blatant that the refs are calling it, but it's definitely a few too many coincidences for it to all be accidents. Face-off comes outside. 23 seconds left in the Selects penalty. Ball's dropped. Savages win the face-off. They have it in their zone, moving it up ahead, wanting to get in quick because they only have 15 seconds left on their power play. Shot in, off the backboards. Savages able to pick it up, but they shoot it wide. Just 4 seconds left. They're able to get it to center ice. Power play is over. They shoot it in. Back to even strength hockey. Savages almost with an odd man rush, but Dustin Kelly is able to get back on his fresh legs. Selects move up now. They get it across to Maristy. Try and send it across, but it bounces off a stick and into the zone. Big shot off the blocker. Savages glove it down, and a stick breaks on the shot. Explodes in the hands of one of the players. A Savage player who has to run back now. Select struggling to get it out of their zone. Sent all the way around and into the Savage bench, I believe. That whistle took a while since the ball... No, the ball was still in play, but the refs lost sight of it and their whistle was blown with 7:55 left to go in the game. Face off to the left of Ross. Ball dropped. Savage is able to pick it up behind the net, moving around with it now. They might try for a centering pass. On the stick of Lee Jubenville. He's taken down in the corner. Now they get it off onto the stick of Clem Arsenault, who is similarly pushed into the corner. Big battle for it along the corner right now, as three of the Savages players are just fighting for it in the corner. Selects able to pick it up in their corner. Sending it up ahead onto the stick of number 73, Derek Whitehill. They manage to get it up to Maristy. Shaq Maristy, big shot. That one just wide off the stick of one of the Savages. Savage is trying to get it up, but it's stopped by Maristy. Maristy shoots it out in front. Savage is able to pick it up. 2-on-1. Great save there. Ball's still loose, but the major save was made by Pat Ross, who has been great, only at letting in one goal since the start of this game, or since his start to this game, I should say. Shots 19-17 in favor of the Savages. Goals 4-2 still, with 6 minutes 40 seconds left in the game. Ball is sent up and goes deep into the corner. Turned around and sent up by the Savages into the territory of the Selects now. Currently on the stick of Glenn Macklem. Savages hold it in the offensive zone. 6 minutes left. Savages looking around with the ball. Send it up. Fire it in, and that's just wide. Savage is able to pick it up, but it looks like the Selects might be able to get around with it. Yes, they are. The Selects able to get up. Shoot it in. Blocked it off by the goalie. Gloved down by the Savages. Wrapped around their own net. Trying to get up with it as soon as possible. The Selects look like they're going to be able to get it back via Dustin Kelly's stick, who turns with it, dekes around with it. Dustin Kelly still with it, running up past the red line. He's going to carry it in on his own stick. Stops up, takes a shot in, blocked by the Savages. Savages moving up with it now on the stick of number 17, Tony Brar, sorry. Going around the boards with it. Savages pick it up. 5 minutes left in the game. Selects pick it up in front of their own net, but they aren't able to clear the zone as Savages hold on. Savages cleared all the way down, and that'll get covered by Dave Yarum. Face-off coming to his right. Ball drops. Select's able to hold the zone just barely as the Savages trying very hard to clear the zone. 4.5 minutes left to go in this game. Savages enter the Select's territory on the stick of number 15, Jeff Brown. Jeff Brown in the corner with it. Selects take it away. Send it up ice. Trying to get it onto the stick of Shaq Maristy, but it's cut off by Sean Miskew. Sent in behind the Select's net. They backhand it around. The Savages are doing a great job of cutting off the Selects whenever they enter the zone, or even whenever they try and exit their own zone. Ball is sent up ahead onto Tyler Moore's stick. Tyler Moore flips it up ahead, trying to leave it so it can get picked up. And yes, it is picked up by Gingera. Gingera gets it over to Maristy. Maristy shoots it in, and that's just wide. Savage is able to pick it up after that missed shot on the stick of Glenn Macklem. Macklem takes it back, moving it up on his own now, trying to get ahead, but it's going to get picked off by Costas. Costas sends it across. It's onto the stick of Derek Whitehill now. Whitehill moving up past the red line. He's able to get it in off the stick of number 19, Dylan Kelly, but the Savages shoot it all the way down. No icing on that one. Paul Costas sends it up. Gets to the red line, but they can't get in. Savages turn it around, and they send it in deep. The Savages have been able to keep up the intensity for this entire game as we reach the last 3-minute mark of this game. Ball sent up and ahead to number 44. 44 sent it back onto the stick of Joel Anderson. Joel Anderson runs up with it, shoots it in, but it's off the heel of one of the Select sticks, and the Savages are able to pick it up because they see it before anyone else. Savages backhanded it around the net. Send it out in front. Selects take it away. Select's able to enter the zone. They look ahead. Dustin Kelly gets it off of pass. Dustin Kelly tries to shoot it in, but it's blocked. Tries another shot. That one goes off a stick and into the webbing. Face-off will come to the right of Dave Yarum. Face-off coming to the right of Dave Yarum. Lining up to take it for the Selects is Roman Namyak. He lines up against Lee Jubenville. Refs cleaning up a little spillage in front of the goal, which could be very dangerous for Dave Yarum. Let's say if the Selects get a shot off and he moves his foot to kick it out and then slips down and it bounces over him. So very important that we keep this rink as dry and as slip-free as possible. Savages come away with the ball. They're able to shoot it all the way down, but that'll go for icing. It'll come all the way back up the zone. Ball dropped. Savages flip it up and out. Face-off will come back inside their zone. No, it'll come just outside their zone as they shot it out. Select's able to get in. Diving for it. 2 players go down on the ball. Ball gets to center. Glove down by the Selects. Penalty called. I believe that's a hand pass. and the face-off will come just outside the zone. Savages win and send it all the way down. Just 2 minutes left to go. You have to imagine that the Selects are going to be pulling their goaltender any second now, and they are, as Pat Ross moves up the ice now, getting on the bench so they can get their 6th attacker on. And that one will go for icing, and they will probably bring their goalie back out for the defense insurance that if the Savages win this face-off, they don't just get scored on immediately. Ball dropped and the Savages have it. Backhanded in. But the Selects are going to pick it up now. Selects move up with it now. Backhand and it bounces off the backboards. Minute and 15 seconds left to go in this game. Big shot in by the Selects. That one's going to go all the way down and just wide for an icing call against the Savages. Timeout called by the Selects as they have an excellent opportunity here off this icing call to win it off the face-off and get a quick goal and still have a minute left to score their tying goal. Ball dropped and the Savages win it. Arm raised. And it looks like the Selects are going to have a two-man advantage here as Landon Berkeley heads to the box. Upside, two-man advantage for the Selects. Downside, the Savages can shoot it up the ice all they want with no worry of an icing call. Maristy has it now. 60 seconds left. Maristy fires it in and he scores! That didn't take long. 55 seconds left to go for the Selects to try and tie this up. Returning to the ice now is Pat Ross. Score 4-3. Great goal there by Shaq Maristy to bring them within one goal with 55 seconds left to go. 55 seconds may not sound like a lot of time, but when a team is as hungry as the Selects are and as aggressive as the Savages are, this can go up and down the ice a few times before even 10 seconds pass. Ball drop, Savages win it back. They try and enter the zone off that one. Shooting it all the way down. Shaq Maristy, the goal scorer, is back. He whips it up as fast and as far as he can. 40 seconds left to go. This one goes for icing. No icing on that one. But a delayed penalty, I believe. No, just an offside against the Savages. 30 seconds left to go. That one is called as icing against the Selects, and that one will go all the way back down. Ball dropped, and the Selects are moving up fast on the stick of Dustin Kelly. Dustin Kelly turns with it. Just 20 seconds left. Ball loose behind the Savages net. The Selects pick it up. Savages almost able to clear it. Savages will close out this game with a goal to make it 5-3. And that'll be the final nail in the coffin of the Manitoba Selects. 5-3 will be your final score in favor of the Edmonton Savages. And our next game won't be for a little while now, but I will be signing off at the end of this period, and Bailey Meadows will be taking over for me for the rest of this tournament. Congratulations, Savages. Moving some players around. Tyler Moore goes down the tunnel. Ball is dropped. 5 seconds left to go. It goes back to Savage territory, and they will just hold on for the buzzer. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in a couple hours for our next game with Bailey Meadows doing the call. I'm Levi Laughlin. Thank you for tuning in to the CBHA Nationals.